Hi viewer, this is Upendra Namula from Polity faculty. It is our continuous class of salient features of the Indian Constitution. In our last video, we discussed about 3 salient features, and in this video, the new salient features we will discuss, that is federal system. Indian Constitution, the original Constitution has no word of the federal. And in the Article 1, it mentioned India is a union of states. That meaning easily can be understand. Our government is following federal principles. The meaning of federal principles, power distribution means from central to states, the power dividing in between these two organs. Central government has its own subject matters and state government has their own subject matters. Meaning, in the federal system, we can observe the total functions of the government. Central government has its own subject matter, central list. State government has their own subject matters in the state list. Central government around 60 subject matters. That means 99 subject matters can make law by the central government. And state list, it consisted subject matters around 60 subject matters. And further here, one of the list is concurrent list. That means the subject matters, even central can make laws and even state also can make laws. And other than these 3 lists, the subject matters belongs to central government is called residuary powers. So in the federal system, actually we are following not true federation. Example, in America following true federal because all the states in the America, 50 states in America, they combined with one agreement, so that the powers which was provided to the states, they have a total freedom and central cannot interfere in the state subject matters. But in India, we have a quasi-federal system, because whenever we are following this federal system, can be says a federal system with unitary bias. That means union have more powers at the time of emergencies. So that complete federal is not having in our Indian system. Whenever the emergency period will come, at the time central government have a total power to make laws on each and every state subject matters. That's what our federal system is, not true federal system. It is called a quasi-federal system. And other salient feature, fundamental rights. In our constitution, part 3 of the constitution, there shall be fundamental rights. All these fundamental rights, earlier it was 7 fundamental rights, but the right to property, whenever it was removed and kept in 300A, so it was a legal right. So now we have only 6 fundamental rights. In these 6 fundamental rights, 5 fundamental rights are protected by one of the fundamental rights is called right to constitutional remedy. So these constitutional remedy can be says all these fundamental rights are justiciable. Means whenever state violates fundamental rights, people can have a right to go to court to get their fundamental. People, whenever they are getting justice through courts, these fundamental rights are called justiciable. So along with these fundamental rights, one more important salient feature, fundamental duties. Means these fundamental duties are not origin of the constitution. It was not there in the origin of the constitution. It was recommended by Swaran Singh committee and Indira Gandhi, who was the then Prime Minister, followed by the Japan countries, these fundamental duties mentioned. Because being a citizen of India, enjoying the fundamental rights, they will have fundamental duties. That means they owe to the nation. They give more respect to the our constitution as well as respect to the national anthem, national flag, and all the natural resources of the state. So we have a fundamental duties in Article 51A. Article 51A, earlierly they have only 10 duties, but later it was added one more fundamental duty. So that is 51A to small a to small k. All these 11 fundamental duties are non-justiciable, means it cannot be enforced by the courts. And last here, one more important salient feature, that is directive principles of state policy. Simply it can call the DPSP, directive principles of state policy. It was also mentioned in our original constitution. The directive principles starts with Article 36 to Article 51. These directive principles also non-justiciable, and these directive principles, even they non-justiciable, whenever governments making laws towards to the people, they must keep in their minds about the directive principles, because these are the direction to the states by the central government. These directive principles are welfare of the people. Fundamental rights giving welfare to the political rights. Now here it is social welfare, economical welfare. Keep all these directive principles in their mind. The state should make laws. So these are the directive principles, and the fundamental rights and the fundamental duties are the major salient features of our constitution. So all the viewers who are watching this video, like it and share, subscribe. Thank you.